All right, friends, this is The Sit Down, and I'm so excited to be sitting across from designer Christian Siriano. I have been a fan of your work for so long now.
Thank you so much.
I love it.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. You bring love and fashion and glory to so many people who I think the fashion industry, for whatever reason, overlooks, you know, and I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
You know, we were talking about award season. Share some of this tea. I think that's interesting. What is December like for Christian Siriano?
It's a wild one. December's hard because we show pre-fall, and then we're already getting ready for February Fashion Week, which is already crazy, but it's award season. So I was thinking it's so funny because it's like, you know you're going to the Golden Globes, you know, but 3 days notice, like, to make a dress? Give me I need like a couple more.
Just a little
bit
more.
But it's so interesting because you come back from New Year's and it's like, bam, it's like, you know, there's so much. There's Globes, SAGs, Oscars, Grammy, everything in like a month.
Wow.
So it is wild.
So are you going into like this kind of period, like when the Golden Globe nominations come out and you're like, okay, Lady Gaga, I want you, girl. Like, how does that work? Are you reaching out?
I'm not a big, you know, I'm a little more organic with it. I don't like, I don't kind of go after and be like, I have to dress this person. But I work with a lot of stylists and I'll be like, okay, I'm happy to do something if you want. I try to play it a little more casual.
Okay.
Because I think sometimes when you like push yourself, it never works out. And usually the most amazing moments are when they just randomly happen.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. Well, you know, you dressed so many people, certainly for award season. It was something like 17 people for the Oscars.
Yeah.
One of my favorite looks that you did this year was for Leslie Jones. That red dress was beautiful. What was it like working with her?
She's amazing. I love Leslie. In a fitting, it's hilarious. She's wild. She screams a lot. It's awesome, you know?
She screams a lot.
It's so fun. We dressed her for the Emmys this year in this metallic, you know, amazing, really cool suit. And she just looked, and it was so funny because she gave Regina King her Best Actress Emmy, and Regina was also wearing my dress. So it was really, it was like just a really cool night, and that was a great moment.
Queens recognizing Queens.
Yeah, exactly.
I like that. I also have that. I'm a huge Ariana Grande fan, as is, I think, most of Twitter at this point. And she's worn a couple of your looks recently on the red carpet and Billboard. What's it like working with her?
It's awesome. I work with her stylist, Law, who has been, you know, a friend, and I worked with him from like day one, and I love him, and he's so talented. And literally, we showed pre-fall. I posted a sneak peek, and he texted me and was like, I need this for Ariana. She's wearing it to Billboard. And I was like, are you sure? And I'm like, it's not even a thing yet. And he's like, yep. And I sent it to him the next day. So actually, no, I sent it to him that night.
Oh, my God.
Crazy. She wore it the next day.
No tears left to cry, no time left to waste.
No time left to waste.
She's on it.
We made that dress for her probably in like 5 hours.
Wow.
Yeah, but that's how it is because Ariana, you know, she is so busy. I mean, she literally is one of the busiest people in the world, and so it was like no time, you know, no fitting time.
I was about to say, you don't even have time for her to like come in and...
time for fittings.
Oh my goodness.
It's a fit, and if it doesn't fit, it's out.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So high stakes. Well, you know, it's so interesting. You're so busy, and you also like engage politics and culture, I think, in a way that sometimes fashion designers shy away from. You've had people walk down to the runway with like, vote for Cynthia Nixon, you know, and you, again, like Time magazine, like 100 most influential people. Do you feel empowered to talk about politics in fashion? Does it make you nervous ever?
I mean, I think as a designer, we kind of only have one kind of voice, and that's the clothes that we put out for the world to see. So, you know, I think that those clothes actually represent a lot because, I mean, people really, you know, live their life in these pieces. So I think definitely they have a lot to say. I think who we dress, you know, has a lot to say about the brand that we are. So, you know, if you don't dress diverse women, then how do you celebrate diverse women?
Right.
So I think it's the same thing with politics. If you don't celebrate all these different types of people, then, you know, you're not for the people. So I think that that's how I try to balance it out. Yeah.
I love it. And you've spoken very eloquently about, you know, different body types, cultures, identities. Janet Mock, Leslie Jones, you know, women who, you know, often, I think, struggle sometimes to find beautiful, high fashion gowns. You spoke about, like, it's a good thing to do. It's also smart business.
I mean...
Why do you think the fashion industry overall, though, even though, like, the numbers, like, listen, there are a lot more of us out here who have bigger bodies than tiny bodies. Why do you think the fashion industry is still so resistant to embracing bodies like that?
I think fashion is, even though we change so much and evolve, we actually, I think the business in general is very stuck in their ways, and they're a little bit, yeah, they have a hard time changing, I think, which is so funny because we change every season. But they definitely get stuck in their ways with it. And I also think, you know, it is a big undertaking to take on this idea that we can dress everyone, because you can't physically dress everyone. But, you know, we try our best. And I wish more brands did, because there's awesome people out there that are different.
Totally. Something that I've been looking, I love Diet Prada on Instagram.
Oh, yeah.
I love Diet Prada, all the tea. They're doing some investigative journalism.
They're sassy, let me tell you.
Are designers ever like, oh God, don't come for me?
No, I think it's great. I think sometimes it's a stretch, for sure. But I think what's hard is, like, in the world of social, like, even if you're not thinking about it, sometimes just it happens subconsciously that things inspire you that you don't even want to inspire you, but it just does, because there's so much visual everything out there.
Right.
You know, so much social media. And then also stylists are the same thing. They're pulling things that look similar to other things, even though they're not thinking about it. They're not even thinking about that. They're like, oh, we just need red dresses. And then it so happens that some red dresses look similar. You know?
Absolutely.
It's interesting.
Yeah. And of course, recently, Diet Prada in particular covered, well, Prada's recent moment with, like, the dolls that were like, is this blackface? And Dolce & Gabbana.
Right.
Woo.
I like that they're doing that.
It's important.
Yeah.
It's important. And I think similar to the resistance to change, why do we keep having these moments? It seems so basic. Blackface in 2018. You'd think a fashion house would know we don't do that anymore. Why does it keep happening, though?
I know. It is the strangest thing. I get this question, a lot, and I'm like, because people are like, oh, is it hard, or is it right now in our culture, can you say anything? You know, I get that question a lot. But really, it's more just like, I think people just need to be authentic to them. And if that's what they are, then great, they're out, you know? And if you're not yourself, and if you're not, I don't know, celebrating people and all these amazing things people are doing. I don't know, I'm very inspired by all these different types of women or not women, or whatever you are. You know, that's a big thing now. We are dressing people who are everything, men, women, you know, trans, non-binary, everything. And I love that. You know, if you want a $10,000 dress, I don't care what you are. I don't care what you're doing. I'm not interested. I'm like, I just want to make you look great.
Right. If that check clears.
Right? It's got to clear.
Hello. And also, you know, I remember watching you on Project Runway, and I was like, well, I don't care if this person wins or not. Like, he's giving me life, he's giving me humor, and the looks are there. And here you are. You know, sometimes people go through reality TV shows, and they kind of disappear a few years later.
It's hard work.
You've done it. You've made it. You're here. What's it like to kind of come full circle with your career at this point?
Yeah, it's crazy. You know, fashion is really hard. You know, I always say it's easy to get someone to buy a dress once, but it's hard to get them coming back season after season, and that's the real challenge and goal as a designer. But it's hard, and now being you know, a mentor on the new season is really crazy and weird, but also great, because I get to help them, because I'm actually really in the business right now. So if the challenge is to dress someone on the red carpet, I dress people on the red carpet, so I can help them a bit more.
You've been all the way through it.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, and it's cool. You've paired with Demira for the Check Your Sweat campaign. Tell me about this cause. What got your attention?
It's really great. You know, it kind of goes back to this idea that I wanted to help people that might not feel great about themselves. You know, people that have you know, excessive sweating, which is hyperhidrosis, and you know, it's debilitating. You know, people don't want to leave their house. They don't want to get dressed.
It makes you insecure.
No, it makes you insecure. And I want, so, you know, the whole Check Your Sweat campaign is all about bringing kind of a community together of people that have this condition but can still, you know, get dressed every day and feel good. And I give tips, you know, on the website about kind of like how to dress and how to feel confident and things like that. So it's been great.
I love it. Well, thank you so much for everything you do. I feel like you're helping us all feel fierce and confident in different ways. We appreciate it. All right. Again, Christian Siriano, know him, love him. Up next.